All right, Shalom. Let's check the feed real quick. All right, we live. All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. I'm back at you with another quick lesson, live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And I pray that this lesson is edifying. We're going to get right into this thing. All right, this is a cashless society and the future of payment. Okay, and it's all in your face. So let's get right into it.
Politicians around the world are trying to gradually reduce the usefulness of cash until they can eradicate it completely.
It scares the hell out of governments to have people in control of their own money. At which point you should really ask yourself, what kind of government is that? The whole thing about currency is that you don't need to know how it works unless it stops working. And when it stops working, everybody needs to know how it works because your wealth, your future of your children, everything now depends on that. If we go to a future where digital cash is the only form of cash that exists, and I think we're heading in that direction very, very fast. I think within 20 years, people who grow up 20 years from now will never see cash unless they visit a museum.
Cashless society.
Cashless society. Cashless society.
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
If we go to that future of digital cash, we're at a crossroads because we have to choose between two possibilities. One is digital cash that's run by corporations that act not only as intermediaries in all of our payments, but also act as deputized members of law enforcement for every government and or intelligence agency and or dictator who co-opts them to their needs. That type of finance takes the worst of surveillance capitalism and the worst of surveillance state, merges them together in this fascist dystopia where every transaction you ever made tells something about your habits, your politics, your associations, your movements, your physical location. On the one hand, all of this data gets collected and shared among all of the intelligence agencies and corporations or leaked. And on the other hand, if the people in power choose to, they can decide to debank you overnight and turn off the switch. Now imagine what happens if your bank account is shut down and cash doesn't exist. Well, you can't eat. You can't buy food. Done. You can't use transportation. You can't rent an apartment. They can literally destroy your life in seconds. And if you think this is crazy, this is happening today in China. They have a system called Sesame. It's called a social credit score. And they use your social media postings to give everyone a score as to how well they toe the line of political correctness to the doctrine of the Communist Party.
Right. And we did a lesson going into that before, dealing with the social credit scores, things you post on social media, your political views, you know, how you feel about the government. Everything is going to be tied into that social credit score. And they'll be able to ban you from using the bank, you know, depositing cash, getting cash out of the bank, all that stuff, you know, well, I would say having access to money, you know, in general, you know. So it's all leading to that point, man. And pretty much, you know, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai has been putting heavy emphasis on this topic. You know, the spirit's been on me to continue to go into the cash, you know, being removed, the crashing of this banking system. All right, the doing away of money. All right, so all you niggas out there that got something to say, we're gonna continue to talk about this thing. All right, because this is of grave importance, and this is the definition of emphasize. I have this pulled up here. Emphasize. It says to give emphasis to stress. Right, we're stressing this unto you. All right, to cause to appear important or deserving of attention. Okay, this is a very grave prophecy. Okay, It says, is there any more? All right. To utter or pronounce with a particular stress of voice, to make emphatic. Okay. So we're putting extra stress on this particular topic, man, because this thing is here. As we told you, all right, society is going cashless, and all this is leading to what? The charagma, the MOTB. Okay, so we have to continue to talk about this thing. This is one of the last main prophecies, before the time of Jacob's trouble and World War III and the nuclear destruction. Okay, all these things are even at the doors, as Yahweh warned us of. All right, this is Ezekiel 3:17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel." All right, the prophets. All right, we're the watchmen on the watchtower. All right, watching out for your souls. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. All right, and this is why, as I said, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is putting heavy emphasis on this topic, man. Okay, a cashless society. Okay, all roads lead to the what? To the charagma, man. All right. As Biden had this image up here when Biden gave that speech, I believe it was like last year or so, and they were speaking about pretty much chips for America. So they're letting you know, all right. And he was telling you on the platform that America was going to be the main manufacturer of these CHIPs. Okay, so here it is in your face. All right, you can't run from it. You can't hide. All right, all you camps that were giving these false breakdowns and lying to the people about what the MOTB was. All right, you're going to have to deal with this. You're going to have to answer these questions soon to come. And like our elders and apostles said, a lot of you camps that sold out, all right, you're going to look stupid in that time, man. All right, because all you Israelites were warned time in and time out. All right, this thing is painfully clear. All right, and a time like no other approaches us, man. All right, let's go back and read that, finish this off. Ezekiel 3:17 again, it's the Son of Man. I made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel, before hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. Verse 18, it says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Right. So we were commanded to warn Israel. Okay. And when you don't warn Israel, all right, when you don't give the proper breakdowns, all right, the blood is going to be upon your head as well. Okay. It says, verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And that's why we're out here warning you time in and time out, man. So that ultimately the blood can be off our hands. Okay. It's not like Jake didn't know what the MOTB was. All right. There's no more confusion about it. All right. This is the new way of buying and selling. All right. As you just heard in the video. All right. We're all leading to a cashless society, which I want to play it again. It was about 2 minutes. Let's just play it again. All right. Because like I said, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is putting emphasis on this topic. Let's play it again. We got time. For those that don't believe this.
Politicians around the world are trying to gradually reduce the usefulness of cash until they can eradicate it completely.
It scares the hell out of governments to have people in control of their own money. At which point you should really ask yourself, what kind of government is that? The whole thing about currency is that you don't need to know how it works unless it stops working. And when it stops working, everybody needs to know how it works, because your wealth, the future of your children, everything now depends on that. If we go to a future where digital cash is the only form of cash that exists, and I think we're heading in that direction very, very fast. I think within 20 years, people who grow up 20 years from now will never see cash unless they visit a museum.
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
Cashless society. The cashless society.
Cashless society.
If we go to that future of digital cash, we're at a crossroads because we have to choose between two possibilities. One is digital cash that's run by corporations that act not only as intermediaries in all of our payments, but also act as deputized members of law enforcement for every government and or intelligence agency and or dictator who plots into their means. That type of finance takes the worst of surveillance capitalism and the worst of surveillance states, merges them together in this fascist dystopia where every transaction you ever made tells something about your habits, your politics, your associations, your movements, your physical location. On the one hand, all of this data gets collected and shared among all of the intelligence agencies and corporations or leaked. And on the other hand, if the people in power choose to, they can decide to debank you overnight. They turn off the switch. Now imagine what happens if your bank account is shut down and cash doesn't exist. Well, you can't eat. You can't buy food. Done. You can't use transportation. You can't rent an apartment. They can literally destroy your life in a second. And if you think this is crazy, this is happening today in China. They have a system called Sesame. It's called a social credit score. And they use your social media postings to give everyone a score as to how well they toe the line of political correctness to the doctrine of the Communist Party.
Boom. Real quick, Numbers chapter 10 and verse 8, and it reads, it says, and the sons of Aaron the priests shall blow with the trumpets, and they should be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations. Verse 9, the point. Numbers 10 and 9, it says, if you go to war in your land against the enemy, and we're in the midst of a spiritual war, all right? If you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then you shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, all right? And the prophets are likened unto the trumpets, in which what we're doing, we're blowing the alarm, okay? We're making Israel ready for war. It says, then you shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and you shall be remembered before the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, your power, and you should be saved from your enemies, man. So once again, as we read the previous scripture, the Lord commanded us to give Israel warning from him. Okay. This is the emphasis that's being put on this topic here. All right. And I got a couple things I just want to read, real briefly here. All right. Let's pull this up. All right. Because as we've been going into in these previous lessons, the beast system is here, man. Okay. It's in your face. All right. Just want to read this article to tie it in. All right. This is it says the rise of the global police state. All right, it's from the americasfirstreport.com. Let me jump down, just make my point. Bear with me. And I'll try to post this in the description as well, the description box. All right. Okay, so yeah, pulling this up too. So everything, as we've been bringing out in these lessons, all right, part of this beast system, everything is going to be tied to this digital blockchain, as you can see here. Your healthcare, financial services, food and sustainability, travel and mobility, humanitarian response, e-commerce, social platforms, e-government, telecommunications, smart cities. This is all part of the beast system, man. All right. Reading on. So it says here, okay, and this is all part of this man's NWO. It says interoperability will link disparate systems together. It says, as people are coming to understand the threat of a one world government, resistance against the digital ID and social credit score that comes with it has started to mount. All right. Because people are beginning to wake up. All right. The understanding is going out, man. It tells you in Isaiah 25:7 that that covering cast would be removed, the veil would be uncovered. All right, people are beginning to see. Okay, they understand that they're being oppressed. All right, by these top devils, man. These elitists, if you will, these so-called globalists, one percenters, bankers. All right, the small hats, basically. All right. As people are coming to understand the threat of a one world government and resistance against the digital ID and the social credit score that comes with it has started to mount. It says the G3P's answer to that dilemma is the construction of an interoperable system that can link disparate digital ID systems together, as explained by Davis and Webb. All right, I'm just going to jump down. Okay. You have no rights, only permits under the New World Order. Remember, the devil said that, you will own nothing and be happy. Right. This is all part of this beast system that's being forced down to people's throats. It says, you may be wondering where human rights enter into all of this. And all of this, if your digital ID records every move you make, which then can be used against you, won't that violate some of your basic rights as a free human being? Well, that depends on how human rights are defined and who defines them. Davis Webb's explaining, and it gets all into it, because people no longer have rights. All right. You're not free under this new system that's being ushered in. All right. This man this is part of his enterprise to enslave humanity under this digital, enslavement, if you will, man, because this whole charagma that's being implemented right now. All right. It's all part of the same system, this beast system, to track and own everyone and everything. All right. It says, let's jump down. Just want to make these points. I'm not even going to read that. It was another one. Here we go. This last one here. And you can read this on your own. All right. Because those that's tuning in, you already know what time it is. Just for the sake of time, it says the UN has already assumed authority and no one granted it. Right. And like we were saying, all these people that rule over the world, like, who put these people in power? These people weren't voted in. These technocrats, all right, these top devils of the WEF, the WHO. You see, it says right now the WHO appears to be set up to become the de facto global government, but the UN is also a contender, and it has openly assumed this authority, right? Because they have full control, whether you realize it or not. All right. It says, for example, in this UN system task team on post-2015 UN development agenda document published in 2013, it states that a global government's regime under the auspices of the UN will have to ensure that global commons will be preserved for future generations. All right. So they have full power. Okay. Here's another point, and we'll grab some scriptures in a second. One Health, the global takeover of everything. All right, as I said. All right, it says the Demic Treaty and IHR amendments, once enacted, will form the foundation for the WHO's legal authority to act as a global governing body. Both are broadly focused on Demic preparedness, planning, and response, but there are built-in loopholes that can be easily invoked by WHO to turn it into a de facto global dictatorship. You see, it says, let's jump down. It says this initiative amounts to the multiple globalist organizations synchronizing their plans. All right. Because the corporations, the government, these big tech, they're all merging together. All right, to control humanity, if you will. It says, while at the same time combining their resources and power, the One Health agenda recognizes the broad range of human and environmental aspects that can impact health and therefore fall under the potential to cause harm. For example, this is how the WHO would be able to declare climate change as a health emergency and subsequently require climate lockdowns. And all these things are about to happen, man. All right. We'll leave it there. All right. So you get what's happening, man. Full control, world domination, man. which is this man's enterprise. But let me make some points real quick. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13. And it reads, it says, now therefore set thy house in order. And this is the time that you Jakes out there repent and get in order, man. All right. Repent and get in order under Yahweh Shem Shah, man, so that you may be covered in this time, man. All right. As the scriptures tell us in Ezekiel 7, only evils are coming. Okay. Now, therefore, set thy house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble. Right. And through these scriptures, these breakdowns. All right. We're comforting our people, man, with this word. All right. It says, and now renounce corruption. It says, let go from the mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, man. It's time to gird up our loins as men, as the scriptures say. All right. Keep your eyes single. Focus on these prophecies, man. Brace for the impact. All right. That transition that's getting ready to happen, man. That ultimate change that's getting ready to happen all throughout society. All right. Nothing else matters but these prophecies, man. And us making it out of here. All right. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times. It says, for greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. So it's going to get worse as we see. All right. The Lord has given us the signs, right? There was one particular sign that happened, I want to say a day or so ago, with the eclipse, right? It went over, it pretty much blacked out of America. America was completely blacked out. All right. So that's a heavy sign, a heavy omen from Yahweh Shem Shai that the Lord is about to do away with this place, man. Great judgment is about to happen. Okay. The Lord said he would give us signs from heaven and the earth beneath. You know, it says, verse 17, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. All right. So all hell is about to break loose, man. Okay. A cashless society, as the Edomite was breaking down. All right. These devils have the ability, Salakia. These devils have the ability to cut you off. All right. You're not going to be able to use cash, social credit scores. All right. The videos you watch, what you post on the internet is all being regulated and monitored, man. All right. You're being critiqued as a good citizen in society or not. Okay. The same system that was implemented in China is already here. Global surveillance. Okay. It's no joke. Isaiah 33:6, it says, in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, right? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding shall be the stability in these times to come, man. All right. While the whole world is bugging out, all right, we're gonna have that sure foundation in Yahweh Shem Shai, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. We're gonna know how to move. The Lord is gonna be dealing, you know. This is what's gonna keep us stable in those times, you know. It says, in strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, is his treasure. And it goes back to the fear of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Okay. And that's the thing, man. And this is why, you know, I'm doing this lesson, you know, just to give comfort to those that believe, man. All right. Just trust and be reassured that Yahweh Shem Shai is going to be with us in this time, man. All right. Remember, we've been prophesying and stressing unto you about what? The straight gate that's upon us, man. All right. There's no turning back. There's no looking back. All right. You seeing niggas out here bugging out, getting weak, taking their hand from the plow. Hey, we ain't in the time for that, man. This is the time to finish this thing strong, man. All right. Yahweh Shai is on the way. All right. We understand before this destruction that takes place with World War III, these things have to happen. All right. So it's right here in your face. All right. These prophecies about the MOTB, the Charagma, can no longer be ignored. All right. The beast, the system of the image of the beast is speaking loud and clear. Okay. Jeremiah 30:5, it says, Jeremiah 30:4 says, "In these words, and these are the words that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace." And these things are getting ready to play out all throughout society, man. Okay? You're talking about dire straits, man. Ain't no peace coming. Okay? This is why I say you got to brace for this thing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? Verse 6, it says, "Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail." All right. And that's going to be the spirit of people in a time of a societal collapse. All right. It says, "And all faces are turned into paleness," going into the fear and turmoil that's going to be on these people when this shit goes down, man. All right. Because the majority of society is ill prepared for these events. Like I said, this is why the spirit of the Lord is on me to continue to put emphasis on this particular topic, man. All right. This shit is happening. It's coming quick, man. Verse 7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it." All right. A time like no other, right? "So that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it," and that he is going back to the elect. All right. The Lord is going to deliver his elect in the time of trouble. And you have to believe that. You have to have faith in Yahweh Shema Shai going into these times, man. Psalms 20:1, it says, "The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the power of Jacob defend thee." All right. The Lord is going to defend his remnant, his elect. All right. It says, Send thee help from the sanctuary and strengthen thee out of Zion. Remember all thy offerings and accept thy burnt sacrifice." Salah. All right. And that's the point. Okay. Let me get this too. Let me see if there's any more in there. I think I read what I wanted to read in there. Like I said, I'll put this in the description. That's pretty much the point there. All right. So anyway, moving on here. Let me go back up. All right. So as I said, the image of the beast is speaking loud and clear, man. This is the beast system. All right. You're going to be permanently tracked and owned by the devil. All right. And this is exactly what Apostle John saw in Revelation 13. Let me get that too. All right. Just making that point. All right. This is Revelation 13:15. And it reads, it says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast." All right. Which is this Roman empire system. All right. That's been revived. Okay. It says that the image of the beast should speak. All right. And how is it speaking? It's speaking through America. Okay. This MOTB infrastructure. All right. This digital blockchain, that's being pushed right now, as we saw here in the article. Right. Let me go back to it. How everything is going to be interconnected. How it's all going to be tied to this thing. Right. The Internet of Things, if you will. Right. It's speaking. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's what's coming, man. All right. Those that don't partake in this new system, they don't take the charagma, you're going to be cast out, possibly killed. This is what's getting ready to happen. It says, "And he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead." So remember, this mark is going to be in the right hand or in the forehead. Okay. It's going to go inside of the body. Okay. Going back. Okay. And we know that word mark goes back to the Greek word charagma, which is what? The incision that's going to go underneath the skin. This is what's going to forward that new way of buying and selling. Okay. As we see here, everything is tied to the C-hip. your digital identity, your money, passport, credit cards, everything, man, your health. All right. This is what it's about here. Reading on. And that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the number of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So that no man might buy or sell. So you're not going to be able to buy and sell unless you have this thing, man. Okay. Just making this clear. All right. For all these other niggas that are butchering the breakdown, that are lying to you. Okay. The MOTB is the charagma. The C-hip. All right. Remember, we just watched a 2-minute video going into the breakdown of the cashless society and what's going to happen. Okay, that should be clear. All right, it says, reading it on here, it says, here is wisdom. All right, let him that have the understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and that man going back to Esau. All right. The man of sin, pursuing the 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, which is a 666 chi psi stigma, right? Which is pretty much this whole makeup of this modernized, Roman Empire system. All right, where he's going to use this technology. All right, this digital enslavement to track everybody, man, to own you. All right. When you get all into it, man. Okay. This is he's setting up a pseudo kingdom, a false way of life. All right. He's trying to rewrite man in his image, this beast system here. Right. Let me pull that up. All these different factors that are tied in. All right. This is what the Apostle John saw, man. Right. Basically a modern day system of branding, which is going to be through that C-hip. Okay. He plans to put his name on you or in you. All right. This is how he's going to rule over you. This is why when you take this thing, right, you're no longer under the connection of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You belong to Satan. Right. That's why Revelation 14 told you, those that take it, you're gonna taste of the second death. You're gonna be thrown in that fire, if you will, man. All right. So he's setting up a whole system based off of sorcery, witchcraft. All right, this technology. All right, because pretty much this C-hip is going to be the new idol, except that idol is going to be put inside your body. Okay, this is what's going on, man. All right, he's trying to play God over humanity through this technology here, man. All right. This shit is deadly serious, but only those that have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua can see it, So that's pretty much the point, man. I just wanted to just to put that back out there, man. Spirit has been on me to continue to harp on the cashless society, these banks, closing down. Matter of fact, there's another article going into that. Let me pull that up too. Right. I was looking at that earlier. I just kind of breezed through it. Right. So it's all these different indicators that are put out there showing you where society is headed to. It says the financial crisis is here. U.S. banks are closing down hundreds of branches and laying off thousands of workers. All right. So when these banks collapse, what you think is going to happen? Where is that going to lead to? All right. You should already know the answer to that question. Okay. So like I said, just a brace for impact, continue to prepare your spirit for these times to come. Only evils and greater evils are coming, man, as Yahweh Shem Yahushua is warning all of us of, and it tells us that too. Acts 14:22. And it reads, it says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So that's the straight gate, man. All right. The tribulation, the affliction, a time like no other. All right. We got to go through it, man, in order to get the kingdom, man. So I pray this quick lesson was edifying, man. Just wanted to bring this out. All the signs are there. All roads lead to the Karagma. All right. The Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah is putting emphasis on this topic because it's of grave importance. All right. And this thing is right here, man. You know, so I'm going to close it out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. Hey, Shalom.